In the next 15 minutes, a financial advisor can lock you into a contract that turns $100,000 of your retirement savings into money you can't touch for years. And the worst part, you'll probably thank them for it. An annuity is basically a contract between you and an insurance company. You hand them a pile of money up front, and in exchange, they promise to pay you income either right away or later on. Sounds simple enough, but here's what nobody explains. Buried inside that contract is a surrender schedule, layers of annual fees, and a commission structure that gives the person selling it to you every reason to push it hard. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how a $100,000 annuity can go wrong, the penalties, the fees, and the one question you need to ask before you ever sign one of these. Here's something that shocks people. Once your money is in an annuity, the insurance company can charge you a penalty just for withdrawing it. That penalty is called a surrender charge, literally a fee for surrendering or pulling out your own money. A typical surrender charge schedule on a $100,000 annuity looks like this: year one, you lose 9% of whatever you withdraw. That means if you need to pull out your full $100,000 in the first year, you walk away with $91,000. You just lost $9,000 for accessing your own savings. Year two, the charge drops to 8%. You'd lose $8,000 on a full withdrawal. Year three, 7%. That's $7,000 gone. Year four, 6%. Year five, 5%. Year six, 4%. Year seven, 3%. And it keeps declining until it finally hits zero, usually around year 7 to year 10, depending on the contract. So picture this. You put $100,000 into an annuity. 18 months later, you get hit with a $50,000 medical bill. You need that money. You call the insurance company and they say, sure, you can withdraw, but there's an 8% surrender charge that's $4,000 deducted from your withdrawal. You're already facing a medical crisis, and now you're paying a $4,000 penalty to access your own retirement savings. Now, most annuities do include a free withdrawal provision, typically allowing you to take out 10% of your account value each year without a surrender charge on $100,000. That's $10,000 penalty free. But if you need more than that, you're paying the toll. And here's the thing. The surrender period isn't a few months, it's years, 5, 7, sometimes up to 10 years, where your money is essentially locked behind a paywall that shrinks slowly. That's a decade where a big chunk of your retirement savings comes with an exit fee attached. Surrender charges are the penalty you see. But there's a second problem. The fees you don't see, because every year your annuity account is being drained by charges that most people never even hear about. Let's break down what's inside a typical variable annuity, the type that lets you invest in market-based subaccounts. First, there's the mortality and expense charge, usually called the M&E fee. This runs about 1.25% to 1.4% per year on $100,000. That's $1,250 to $1,400 annually, gone before your investment even has a chance to grow. Then there's the administrative fee. Most contracts charge a flat $25 to $50 per year, sometimes expressed as 0.1% to 0.3% of your account value, at another $100 to $300. Next, investment management fees on the subaccounts you choose. These typically run about 0.8% to 0.9% per year. That's another $800 to $900 on $100,000. And if you add a rider, and many people do, like a guaranteed income benefit or an enhanced death benefit, that's another 0.5% to 1.5% per year. Let's call it 1%, that's $1,000. So let's add it all up. On a $100,000 variable annuity with a common rider, you could be paying roughly $3,300 to $3,600 per year in fees. That's over 3% of your account value. Every single year. Now here's where it gets ugly. Over 10 years, if your account averages a 6% gross return, but you're losing 3.3% to fees, your net return is only 2.7% on $100,000. That's the difference between your money growing to about $179,000 or stalling at roughly $131,000. That's nearly $48,000 in lost growth, not because the market crashed, because of fees. And remember, this is every year automatically deducted from your account, whether the market goes up, down, or sideways. Here's a number that might make your stomach drop. When an advisor sells you a variable annuity, they typically earn a commission of 4% to 7% of your investment on $100,000. That's $4,000 to $7,000 paid to them by the insurance company. The moment your check clears, some annuity products pay as much as 10% upfront. Now compare that to a fiduciary advisor, someone legally obligated to act in your best interest. A fiduciary typically charges about 1% of assets under management per year on $100,000. That's $1,000 annually. And they have to justify that fee every single year, or you can leave. Do you see the problem? The commission-based advisor has a massive financial incentive to put you into an annuity, whether it's the right fit or not. And here's where the 15 minutes from our title comes in. Picture a meeting. You sit down. The advisor is friendly, professional, they've got slides, they talk about guaranteed income, protecting your principal market downside. It sounds reassuring. They slide a contract across the table. You sign. Boom, 15 minutes. And your $100,000 is now inside a 7 to 10 year surrender period with over $3,000 in annual fees, and the advisor just collected $6,000, but it gets worse. There's a trick called a 1035 exchange under IRS rules. Section 1035 allows you to swap one annuity for another tax-free. Sounds like a benefit, right? Here's how it gets abused. An advisor looks at your existing annuity and says, "This product is outdated, there's a better one now." They recommend a swap. The old surrender period is gone, but a brand new one starts, a fresh 7-year lockup. And the advisor, they earn a fresh commission. Same money, same client, new penalties. This isn't hypothetical. In late 2025, FINRA fined Deutsche Bank Securities $2.5 million specifically for failing to detect a series of unsuitable variable annuity exchanges. In a separate case, an advisor named Jeffrey Roy Schur was suspended for 2 months and fined $5,000 for recommending unsuitable annuity exchanges to 7 customers. The SEC's 2026 examination priorities explicitly flag variable annuities and registered index-linked annuities as products of particular concern. The regulators are watching. But by the time they catch it, the damage to your savings may already be done. Okay, deep breath. Here's the good news. You can protect yourself with one question. If anyone ever recommends an annuity to you, look them in the eye and ask, what is the total annual fee load on this annuity, and what is your commission for selling it? That's it, 2 parts. Total fees and their commission. A trustworthy advisor will answer both questions without hesitation. If they dodge, deflect, or say something like the insurance company pays me, not you, that's a red flag. The commission comes out of your money. It's baked into the product. Always. Now, there's one more thing you need to know, and it could save you even if you've already signed. Every annuity comes with a free look period. This is a window, typically 10 to 30 days depending on your state, where you can cancel the contract and get a full refund. No surrender charges, no penalties. If you bought an annuity and you're having second thoughts, find your contract, look up the free look deadline, and act fast. And let me be fair, annuities aren't always a trap. For some people, a fixed annuity with a short surrender period and no riders can provide predictable income in retirement with minimal fees. If you understand the terms, you've compared alternatives, and the math works for your situation, an annuity can be a reasonable piece of a retirement plan. The problem is when they're sold to people who don't understand what they're buying and the advisor isn't upfront about the costs. All right, here are your 3 takeaways. Real, concrete things you can do today. Number 1, before you ever sign an annuity contract, ask for the surrender charge schedule in writing every year, every percentage. If you can't picture yourself leaving the money alone for that long, don't sign. Number 2, ask for the total annual fee in writing, not just the M&E charge, everything. Sub-account fees, admin fees, rider fees. Get the full number as a percentage and a dollar amount on $100,000. If it's over 2% annually, ask hard questions. Number 3, if you already bought an annuity and you're regretting it, check your free look period immediately. You may still have time to cancel for a full refund. If the free look window has passed, talk to a fee-only fiduciary advisor, not the person who sold you the annuity, about your options. If this video helped you understand what's really inside an annuity contract, hit subscribe. I drop new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, breaking down insurance topics without the jargon, so you can make smarter decisions with your money. I'll see you in the next one.